My hair's getting long. Got to get it out of my way. Close that out and see if we're going live here. Let's get that one going. Okay, so I know it sounds weird or my title sounds weird. I may change that, but it's it's really weird. My title's really weird. The actual title is good. My title page not so good. I just should have put card share on there. 2024 mini card share. So let me get all these out of the bin. Just gonna lay them across my desk. I've got a couple of minutes before we actually start, so that gives me plenty of time to get all of these out of my bin. And then I will put them in the bin as we go through them. So that's the best way I can do it. That's the only way I can see to do it. So there's a lot of cards. Now, I gotta laugh because 2 days ago, my husband asked if I could massage his shoulder. He has a torn, whatever they think, in the shoulder. So I was like, sure, let me get in position. And I tried to sit Indian style. I know not to do it. And ever since then, I have been in excruciating pain. Hey, Kathy. Excruciating pain from the bone between the hip and the pelvic bone. So those bones kind of connect together. That has been bugging the crap out of me. Just gonna say it. This is not a kid's show. Never intended to be a kid's show. That's just the way it goes. So it's been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. And I'm just about had it. So that's why I don't look more prepped than I should. That is why. Because I've been laying in bed for 2 days. Every time I talk to one of my friends, that's where I've been. Anyway, so I'm going to start by saying I ordered a couple things from IKEA, and they got in, and it didn't fit. So I'm reordering the right ones from. So if you have IKEA stuff, order from IKEA. If you have some from somewhere else, order from them. So if you want like dividers or the ones that break it up even further, and you're getting it from Walmart. Hi, Kathy. If you're ordering it from, I don't know why this screen is so small. It should be bigger. I've got this on Handy Schmap because I can't see worth of nothing. So basically, where was I at? Oh, yeah, IKEA. So if you have the IKEA you want to buy from IKEA, mine are from Walmart. And I made the mistake of thinking they would fit these just fine from IKEA. They do not. They're about a 1/4 inch taller or wider than my shelves. So I reordered from Walmart the correct shelves. Good thing we have Walmart or IKEA out in the living room, so we got to use those for some controllers and video games. So my husband's fine with that. We'll probably get some spray paint and just spray paint it at some point in time to make it match the black instead of the white standing out like this. But I don't even know how many cards I have. It's incredible to think about the amount of things you have. So I haven't been able to do much. I will tell you that. There was very little planning in this. Oh, the other thing that I got from IKEA that wasn't included to shelving at all was this little charger. And you can set your phone flat on it anywhere, as long as it's a flat surface. And it will charge your Samsungs, the newer ones, and everything else. I think this one goes back pretty far. I think this one will go all the way back as far as like Samsung, the 20th iteration or the 21st. I think it's 21 is the one that you can do on the spot charging and stuff like that. Anyway, so I want to say that I'm going to be reworking some stuff over here. You can see there's an empty shelf. That's where I was trying the shelf. And so, ooh, this doesn't fit. Yay me. So let me start with a card. There's quite a few cards that never made it online. They were all made when I was crafting with my friends. In case you don't know, my group is Kathy, Tammy, Jeannie, And then we have two other people. We got Sandy and Terry. That's in the main group. And then I craft with other people along the way, like Sherry and and we've done crafting and just crafty chat and everything else before. So let me show you one that I think I showed it to you guys, but it was made during just a crafty chat. So it's really simple. It's one of those little gate cards. If you turn it this way, I think it would be really cute with smaller flowers on the bottom with a nice big greeting right here. So that's one. Let's go through some older cards here. I really did love that Flight and Airy. I just love that paper. That is one of those ones where it's like, if I had to go back and say, okay, it's the end of celebration, what do I really want? It would have been another pack of this paper. Because it's just so dang cute. And those birds, oh my God. The one that Marcy did a few videos ago, that she did, and I'm going to try to find all the Flight and area in here for you. So that way I can do it in chunks. This is another one. If you look in the background there, you'll see where I stamped it. See? There's no way I could put my camera up to do just one at a time because there's no room. So I added the background in there. And I like how it just came out really soft and everything else. So that's another one. Here's another one. I use circles. I like grouping things together. So small things together like circles. Because they're, you know, it's one of those things, just like here, kind of mimics the edge of a circle and stuff. So I really like these dies. I'm sorry they're not going to be, what I've heard, they're not coming back. I'm just like, oh, I want them. I don't want them to go bye-bye. I want them. This is another one that I did with Flight and Airy paper, but it's got a different stamp. And this is like little layering. I love that part of it. Let me see if I got any more in here. I did a lot with that paper. Oh, here's a couple more. Is that Flight and Airy? No, that's not Flight and Airy. I wish I had made more. I still have some of it put away in an emergency in case I need it. So here's another one. Again, circles. And this one, is it this one or is it a different one that I used that? Probably a different one. But I just love those little birds. You know, it's the birds. It's not so much the background. It's just the way the watercolored paper presents itself. And this is a Slimline Mini. And that paper is just perfect for it because you got those branches that go up. Let me dig through and see if I got any more. No. No, that's not it. A lot of that stuff. Just looking to see if I have any more. That's not it. These are upside down, so I can't see. No. Oh, you moved. You're not supposed to be there. I'll just move you over there a little bit. It's like, oh, you moved. That was another thing, is that after I was done, I'd go through and I'd find pieces, like the little dots and stuff like that, all over the place. So that, oh, here's the last one. Another mini slim. No, that's not it. We'll jump there. Mini Slimline. I loved this is, oh gosh, which one is this? Is this Thoughtful Expressions? Yeah, Thoughtful Expressions. I love that hummingbird. That hummingbird means the world to me. Love that one. So let's just go ahead and we'll go by whatever I grab. I absolutely loved this stamp. I used it more than once. Very simple and as a background. And I think it's very versatile where you can do almost anything you want with that single little stamp. Now, it comes in a bigger... Let me see if I can find one of the other ones. Trying to get through everything. It's like, Nope. 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 There. This is another one. Is that the same or is that different? I have to look. Let's see. Little flower. Little flower, where are you, little flower? Are you over here? No. I can't see worth anything. I gotta put them back up. No, where'd little flower go? Probably on my desk somewhere. I got a big old mess over here. Anyway, I really love the simple designs that you can make with stuff like that. Oh, thank you. I love the hummingbird, but something like this is very hard if you're not using lighter colors. Hummingbirds are brown. I'm going to tell you this in case you didn't know. Female hummingbirds are very neutral. They're browns. The male hummingbirds are the ones that are very colorful. So that's how they attract the mate. So they don't have a lot of color. So I just did I did a lot of the neutral in this and then just added in that blue. It's almost like the reflection of the feathers. You know how they get that little bit of a sheen to them? Yeah. And then they have a little bit of different color throat. So, really simple card. Didn't even, does it have an inside? Oh, it does. It's on a card base. Some ideas never even make it to a card base. Just going to say that right now. Let's find all of these. Because this was probably, the lavender was probably my favorite set out of everything. Just going to find, here's another one. And another one. I'm telling you. The lavender, what was it called? It was the entire bundle, and that was my favorite. Lavender. It's probably down here. Because there's some stamps that are... Did I already put it down here? Probably not. I know there's some stamps that I don't have up there. So... And... So let me show you all of these. I can't get my glasses on right either. I don't know why. So these are all the different ones I did with the lavender. And with the lavender, I did mostly white bases, a few color bases, and then I also did a lot with this ribbon on these because I love this ribbon. It's got a little bit of a white thread to it. You can see there. So it kind of went back to the white, but it went into these neutral colors of the, was it, I want to say it was like Highland Heather, the Fresh Freesia. This was the one that was so hard that I made so many mistakes, but I still love that card. I still love this card. I'm going to flatten it out so you guys can see the whole thing and not my big old head. No, the other way. Trying to figure out which way is center. So I really love this card. Will I do one again? No, not likely. I gotta say, out of all the cards that I make, mini slimlines are my favorite. As far as like with layers of DSP and lots of ribbon and lots of different layers and stuff like that. Because you can make a big impact with a small card. And they still... they're 6 inches, so you do have to get a larger envelope for them. But mini slimline envelopes are not hard to find on Amazon or throughout the internet. But I love this one. I meant it to go this way, and then I laid this one the wrong way, and it just went that way. So, but those envelopes were adorable too. Here's another one where I used the now retired out of the Celebration Mini, that pool party wrinkled ribbon. I love, or the I don't know, gathered ribbon, I guess. This has got those little bumps. It's a nice texture. And again, if you don't see all of the dots, it's because they fell off. Just saying. Here's another one, fun fold with the ribbon over there, the sentiment. And then I decided I wasn't going to put this here, and then I put it here. I try to remember my stuff. I did a lot of butterfly ones. Now, these ones are kind of crazy. I'm going to try to center that. Kind of crazy because I did an entire video of painting or coloring the butterflies, and I really enjoyed that. It was so much fun. I still have a ton of butterflies left. I think they made it to the next catalog because I didn't see them in the mini. I didn't bother with the full-size catalog because I only had one item. But the mini catalog, I had several things. So here is my Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia Slimlines. Let me go this way a little bit more. And they turned out so cute. Those are so adorable. And I love you can see the texture, the different lift on the cards, and you can just have fun with it. Another 2 cards. I really, really enjoyed making with the pattern paper was gorgeous. The details and the dies were just fantastic. And the stamps. Those layering stamps were such a joy to work with because you could do anything you wanted with them. You know, you didn't have to just pick this or that. Different stems to choose from. Even though some stems were meant for them, you could simply use them and just place them in back or in front. So, there's these 2. And I did enjoy the gingham. I'm a gingham girl. I'm a stripes. A gingham and a dot and a plaid. Not stripes. A plaid. So, let's see if we can find more of these. Oh, I think, nope, is there 2 of these or only 1 of these? I think I only made 1 card with this paper. That was it. The rest of it's going to my friend Tammy. I also think I only made 1 card. Oh, I left the envelope behind. I only made 1 card, and I left the instructions in it. With the gold floral envelope or card bases. I think there were 8 of them or 10 of them in the pack. And then they've got this beautiful design on this. So I just took, this actually came from the postage stamp one. That's funny. This one actually came from the postage one. And this is from one of my die sets that's going away. And I just used hearts that were in the postage one. And I just made it look like it had a little elastic bow on it. And it worked. Worked really well. Let's see. We've got a few of those. Let's see what we can get out of those. These are... That one's one of those. I don't think I made very many with those either. I'm just trying to divide them up in what I've got and everything else. So this goes with this one. I don't know what that one goes to. This one definitely goes to this one. And then there's a bunch of cards off to the side. So, the rose ones, I loved how these turned out. I really love the contrast between the blue and the oranges, the peachy colors and everything else. I love this type of card where one item stands out. And then this one was made by Poppy Parade. And again, it goes so well with the neutral and the Calypso corals, all of that other good stuff. So let me see here. I'm trying to look for one-offs, things I've only made 1 of. 1, 2, or 3 of. Nothing. Oh, see, I missed one. I did have another one. Oh my gosh. Here's another one of the purple one. So that's another one of that. And then everybody was making these little bookmarks. So I tried one. I left it plain so that you can write a little message. And I put a foam square on one side. So you can't open it all the way. It's got a little pinch to it. Yeah, it was fun because it's like, I'm seeing it, but I don't know how they did it. I didn't look at any videos or anything like that. So I just started making. I was like, I'll figure it out. There were some corner markers too. I don't have them in here. Okay, so that's that paper. I'm just trying to divide up the papers. That paper, that paper. That's all one collection. That's all one collection. That's a different collection, different collection. Oh, I should probably show you these, because I didn't show these at all. I just finished the rose. So here's another rose one. I really like this one because I actually colored it. Very monochromatic in the colors. A blue, green, a green, and a green, and then a white. And what I liked about this is that I stamped off on this. I didn't give it full amount of ink or anything else. This is another one I made. It was not live. That's all one set. Oh, just found another purple one, and I lost. Well, that was the box. Another purple one that I made. I love this one because this is the one that you can put a gift card in there, or money, or anything else. I really like this one. That's one of those ones where I don't consider that one a hard one at all to make. Trying to see what I got here. You go with that paper. So, of course, you guys remember the one I made just a couple days ago. Made it last Thursday during our crafty chat. This goes with that one. That goes there. Odds and ends, odds and ends. So, last fall, I'm going to say it like that, was last fall, late last fall into December, Stampin' Up! Released the little stamp set that had a bunch of friends. They have beaver and a bear, and had a bird, and it had a bunny rabbit. So this is my bunny rabbit one for Easter. You can see there. I love that circle on the scallop. Again, I'm a circle girl, not a square girl, just a circle girl. But this one was more like, how do you get a nice variation? This was the nest turned upside down from that stamp set. And then the bees. I haloed on one of the bees. I had them upside down to top it off. But then my cousin, my friend, my best friend growing up, little, Tammy, she's like, I got to make this card and I don't know what it looks like. Because she's on a, what do they call those things? Oh gosh, I don't even remember it. Where you make a mount and you share it with people in a group. Anyway, she's doing that kind of stuff. What is that called, Kathy? It's like a share. What is it? Anyway. Yeah, swap. That's it. Swap. I can't think. So she had to make a certain shape of card. And she was like, well, I found one. Is this it? So this is what I made. Made the little bees and a little bird down there. And I put this in afterwards. This, I think, is part of the mailbox set. I'm not sure. But it could be part of this set, too. I have no idea. I'm like that. So, but this actually wasn't the style she was looking for. It was actually... It's this one. So the style she was looking for was actually this one, where you have your card and you open it up and you have a little window in there. Now, I made it with less paper than what it's saying, but if you notice, it's exactly the same size as a regular card. So this is a regular card, and it's the same thing. So let me grab that card I just had out here. So you can see it's the same exact size as that one. Got a little crooked on the bottom. So I thought that was a really good way. Have I used it with anything? No, because I actually like this. This was super easy. And what I like about it is it goes flat to mail. So everything goes flat, even my little beehives out there. But what's really cool is that you're just decorating this little part in the front. It's just running your die through both layers. And then decorating either the background, the foreground, or the front. Whichever way you want to do it. And I really like this style. That was my favorite thing about it. So up next is the other two that I did. And they're totally different in the style. I gotta get me some blending brushes. I'm just gonna say that right now. I need some blending brushes. I need some blending brushes money. But sometimes you just gotta do it to see how it looks. Is it my favorite? No. Is this one better? Yes. But it's not better because the colors, they're different. They're individually different. This one's been raised. This one's not. This one has a little bit more coloring. This one's really simple. But I think in a lot of ways, having that extra color in the background, making it kind of glow, is helpful when you're looking at how are things working. Now, I did get the freebie paper that was part of the regular paper when they offered it during celebration because some of the stuff sold out. So this was the only really card that I made out of that paper that made it to the desk. That did not end up in the trash. It went to the bin. Just gonna say it. Now I really like how cute it is. So that's that. A couple other cards. We've got this one. I loved how I just let that fall. And then this one. So again, that's using that colored vellum that we used. See? It kind of changes the background a little bit. And then we had this one, which is the one I started with, and this is the one I ended with. So I'm going to go this way. This way. There we go. So, are there a lot of differences? No, they used exactly the same thing. Are they just oriented in a different way? Yeah, that's the biggest difference. What I really liked was that everybody who saw how to color vellum really liked the clean way to do it. And it is. It's super clean. You don't waste a lot of material. You don't have a lot of mistakes or anything. I made the mailbox, but I don't know where the mailbox one went. Maybe it's somewhere still in here. I made this one. These pieces are all from the mailbox stamp die set. It was really cute. I made one with the... I know a couple of them fell behind, so just saying. Just saying. Okay. So then we've got these cards here. Now, I gotta say, this made me fall in love with Poppy Parade. Just saying. I am a reddish tone, red-orange tone. I fall in love with those types of colors because red can be a little harsh at times. So something a little bit warmer, a little bit more gentle. Poppy Parade by itself is not gentle by any means of the word. But when you add it to the pretty pink, or is it pretty pink or pink? Yeah, it's pretty pink. And then the pool party, I think it softens it enough for you to be able to kind of look at it in a different light. And again, I said I was in love with slimlines. I am. I really am. This one's just really simple. It actually goes like this. It's still left for a sentiment. So I think that's another one that's really good. So you could either go this way or you could go this way with it. It doesn't matter. It's just kind of one of those things. So last two cards, made them part of a 4-pack. I think I already showed those. So there we go. My bin's overflowing. Out of these, I made how many sets? That's one. That's not a set of anything. That's not a set of anything. So I made, okay, so I made a set, 2 sets or 3 sets of cards where I made multiples because oh, there's my mailbox. It got stuck. So instead of using the clouds as clouds, I used them as hedges. And I like the idea that you can do something different with it. Again, I really loved coloring this in. I'm really looking forward to getting more blends so that I can go ahead and create more with it. So I made 2 sets And then I'll get back into, actually, I'll show you this one first. So that one was again with the rose, but it also used some different paper. And I love this paper, and that is what I'm talking about. So, oh God. Kathy, do you have that paper? Do you know which one that is? Could you put it up there for me? Or Tammy, if you're watching, if you could throw that up there for me, I'd really appreciate it. But that paper was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And so doing something that's all greens and blues for me is very hard because I'm not a lover of green. It's just against everything I believe in. Yes, everything I believe in. I would rather do like a neutral, like crumb cake or, you know, a different brown or something like that any day over green. Well, the stamp was, but the cardstock or the print, the DSP. That one was, maybe it was stippled roses. I'm not sure. Anyway, I loved it so much that I made a 4-pack of cards. And these cards open both from the top and then the top again. And the reason sometimes you want a little card like this is so that you can go ahead and add in a special message. Yeah, it might have been. Stipple Rose did not have very many colors that I liked. That blue was one of the first ones that disappeared. I'm just gonna say it right now. All right, and you got 2 sheets. Anybody got 2 more? I'll take it. I'm just greedy like that. No, I gotta get rid of all this stuff so I can bring in some new stuff. So, like I said, I started with a 3x3. That's what I was gonna make. I was just gonna make some minis. And then I decided, wow, that looks really good on that burlap. Matter of fact, I think it was the Stipple Rose DSP. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long ago. It was 2 months ago. Almost 2 months ago. So I made a pack of 4 of those. And that should be the rest of the Stippled Roses stuff. So let's go to the... I don't even remember what pack this was. I do not remember what pack this was. Random 4x4. Rando. Never made it. Never made it. I think I made this one live. Or no, I made it and then I did something similar. The masculine card. Everybody has a hard time with masculine cards. I do not have a hard time with masculine cards. There are only 2 things you need to remember about masculine cards. Less is more. Okay? Less is more. Stick to less feminine shapes, like a square instead of a rectangle. And again, circles. Circles always work. Another way that I could have brought this upscale is actually used my crumb cake as a layer and stamped on that one. Stippled Rose from Celebration. Okay, yeah, I kind of thought it was. And then I'm pretty sure this is one of those. I'm going to throw it over there just to say what the heck with it. So we'll save that one for last. So just a simple card. This is DSP, Sentiment, and more DSP. Not even going to go into which one it was. Loved this one with just that little outline of a box with the die and the bow. And I think I took it up from a basic to a next on that one. So it was 3 different levels on that one. And then here's another layer of it. Same style. Same style. Just a little different. That's all. Because sometimes that's all you need is a little bit different. You don't need to change the world, you know, kind of thing. So another one of those side fold, Z folds. It's a Z fold. Love this. I wish I'd pushed the flower and stuff back a little bit so you would have seen the sentiment and nothing, and just the greenery and not this. small changes. This is another one of those cards that opens up. I really did enjoy these. I added a sentiment to this one on the inside, and I think I will probably make more of these in the future. It's a good staple, and it doesn't take anything extra over your either 8.5 by 11, because I'm sure you could do this as a slim, not a slim, but a tall. And then the last one on this one was just a simple little flower on a triple open mini slimline mini slimline, whatever. That's not it. We're not done yet. Okay, so speaking of, there's got to be another one or two in here. There's another one. I'm like, there's got to be more. That's it. Okay, so I made a set of these cards as well. So I'm just going to try to find the 3 different ones. And I made a set of 6. And this is basically, I'm just going to try to pick them up. Basically, 6 cards all focused around the plants in these. Which way am I? Oh, let's go this way, so we can be a little bit more centered. The plant life in this, and I really love this set. Now, the only thing I didn't have was the twine, because I ran out of the twine, but it's a set of 6, 2 of each design. And occasionally you got to have those. You got to have a set, because if you're doing something like this and somebody likes it and they're like, well, I'd like to get that from you. Well, I have more than one. So that if you like it yourself, you know, yada blah blah. Okay, so we have 2 more. Now, everybody made that whole half-inch glued down bit this summer, and I really like this. Leaves this part open. I actually decorated both the outside and the inside, and I really like distressing this a little bit. It was a die. I really like that one. If I could have done it a little differently, I probably would have added a ribbon here and then glued it down, and it would have looked stunning. Okay, I'm running out of space here. I'll put that there to keep them all in there. Another Z-fold. And this is one where I kept it basic. I didn't add anything here. I just did a guy version. One for the guys with this. And kept it, again, very, very simple. What shapes do we work with when we work with guys? We stay away from ovals. Ovals are feminine. They're very shapely and stuff like that. Guys are very straight. We're talking small rectangles or squares. Medium-sized circles. Those ones all right there you can pull off. This one is very simply just a note. Now, it had more to it, but I took that off and I just did the just a note. Just to keep it simple. Really, really simple. Where we at? How much time we got going on? 37 minutes. My God, I can take forever. I made a lot of cards. I'm just going to say that. I made a lot of cards. I'm going to have to find space over there to store these cards because I can only imagine what the next catalog is going to do. I don't even have anything from the new catalog, and I'm very excited for the new catalog. Haven't even seen it yet except for the outside cover, and I am, like, every time one of the other demonstrators that went to a convention on stage shows a new product, I'm like, yes or no? We got to write this down, write that name down, because you know you're being enabled to decide whether or not you want that product. Marcy just showed the bird, what is it? The little birdhouse yesterday. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I want it. Kathy, I want it. It was like, yeah, we both want it. We ain't got the money to both want it, you know. It's kind of like that. No, she can buy it. I'll wait a little bit till everybody calms down and it comes back in stock. That's the way I look at it, because I know it's probably going to sell out right away. It's so damn cute. Okay, so I think these are all from the, what's that? Was that? No, it's down here. from the Notes of Nature. Yeah, because this is part of Notes of Nature. So this is another, I think this is another one. No, it's a fake and make. I made it look like it was two pieces, but it's not. And then it's got a nice inside. So it's a fake. It's a fake. It's fake you. Notes of Nature was probably like the second to the top set that I used with this mini because it just was right on. It was just there. There was nothing you could do that didn't look good with it. That's all I'm going to say. And I didn't bother getting the other stamp set and die that had the larger image of the vanilla, the cacao, and the, what was the other one on there? These ones? Yeah, I have to think. Vanilla bean, cacao, and almond, I think. Or macadamia, one of those. You just couldn't go wrong with that set because it was just so beautiful. But I liked the pieces in this, such as this die in particular. It just blew my mind how many different ways I was able to use it. And the paper was stunning as well. The paper was stunning. No, this way. I'm trying to stay in the middle. It's just driving me crazy because I'm not in my normal spot. My normal spot is like right here. So I'll just bring them in a little bit more so they take up more space. Ah, too big, too big. A little bit up. There we go. And a little bit this way. There we go. Perfect. I'll never find it again, Kathy. But Notes of Nature gave you so many different opportunities and so many different ways to use it. Again, I consider that male. I consider this very much male. Like I said, a rectangle that isn't on a kilter. It doesn't have anything feminine about it. Maybe the ribbon, change it to twine. You know what I mean? But it's very neutral. The ribbon is very neutral. So this is what I think of a guy's card when I'm making one. You know, keep the shape simple. Don't overly think about it. Less coloring. Less is more. I already showed you guys these ones. Oh, this was what was at the bottom of that. Just a little note to say hello. I took that off of a couple of cards to make it more masculine. I think this is it right here. Yeah. So it's just a little note. And you can do that at your stamps. You paid for them. They're good. So just 2 more to go. And then I think we'll do a little chat. So this was probably the first one I did. And this is a mini slimline with strips because I had already cut up paper and everything else. And I had little strips left. So I think this is a great use your leftovers card. And it doesn't matter how small the pieces are. Just make enough, pull enough until you've got enough to fill a card. So do you want a mini slimline? It's really funny because a lot of people, I don't hardly ever see mini slimlines in the people I watch. I don't see it often. On Instagram, I will see mini slimlines all over the place. Full-size slimlines all over the place. But I don't really do Instagram anymore. I said I was going to start sharing my cards with this new catalog, and I'm like, I need to hire somebody. But more than anything, this is another shape that's going away, and I'm like, no, because that die set was so good. It may not be going away. Like I said, I wasn't really good at trying to keep up. This was another one that I consider very male. I filled in the back with a simple ink. I think it's just one color. Yeah, one color. And then I threw on the little dot one in a second color. And then I did gold embossing on top of that. And again, Just a little piece of that with a little bit of ribbon. And it is not fancy ribbon. It's not frilly ribbon. It's more sturdy, more just, you know, unique in its own way. And then a little bit of the leaves. That's all I did. So guy card. So it's one of those things when I hear people say, oh, I have such trouble with guy cards. Or, you know, the number one problem with making cards is guy cards. No, guy cards aren't hard to make. You just have to take away. If you're used to adding a lot, you need to take away. So add 3 things instead of 9. You know, layers wise, this one, where's the other one? I would definitely consider this a guy's card because it's very little. This one right here. So if you see here, I've got 1 layer, 2, and then 3. Those are my areas. Here, I've got this back here is 1 layer. Stamping and everything else would be another layer. When you're looking at it, it's another layer. And then my area of collection. So what have I got? I've got the little die cut, the different leaf, and then these ones, and another piece of that leaf. So there's 3 pieces of dies or die cuts here, and then just a sentiment. And I think birthday cards are a really great way for you to do it. Again, you know, simple. There's nothing girly about any of these cards. Nothing. Maybe the gems on them. That's about it. So you can see that that's very much, trying not to run into my card bin over here. They're very much not feminine in the way that we look at cards every single day. I'm going to try to get these all in. Yay, they worked. I just remember, if you're trying to make a guy card, less is more. Sure. Add a square. Sure. Add a rectangle. Sure. Add a circle. Do not add ovals or hearts unless it's Valentine's Day. Keep it really simple. Don't find a really big overt sentiment unless it's like a joke card or something like that, to a sibling or a really good friend. You know, so those are the ideas that I have when I think about guys for cards. So when you think about that, just think of plain backgrounds, not too much layers of cardstock. If you're going to do layers of cardstock, do your card base and then 1 layer. That's all you need. And then up to 2 to 3 things on top of that, you know, your die cuts, whatever, and then your sentiment. And your sentiment doesn't have to be this little teeny strip of sentiment. It could be a large sentiment that takes up a third of the page. You know, I've done cards in the past. I've done a lot of cards in the past. Oh, Lord, have I made a lot of cards. It's one of those ones where it's like, I started this in 2013, and I have amassed 1 million cards. No, it's not that bad, but it feels like that at times. I think that when it comes to making guy cards, the idea that it's hard because it's not feminine and we can't put all the bells and whistles on it. And I think that's the hardest part is the not putting the bells and whistles. It's not that it's hard. It's just, it's not as frou-frou as we want our other cards to be. And what we love most about making card making is all of those layers. So, you know, I'm going to pull this card out here just to show you. I couldn't make this card a male card if I wanted to. I just couldn't. It's not a guy card. The colors are feminine. There's pink underneath there. The green would be acceptable, but I think it's too light of a green, more dark of a green. Definitely the florals and the leaves and stuff like that are a little too feminine. The shape is not. The shape is perfectly good. But I would go with a color and just the sentiment. You know, I wouldn't add anything else to it. No ribbon, no twine, no nothing. Maybe twine. That's me. So we were talking about the new catalog at the beginning of this conversation and how much I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And one of the things I have been saying is, oh, I'm only getting this much. That's all I'm getting. I actually shared a picture in the community page. It's here if you want to check it out, of how many stamp sets I had when I first began. When I first began, how do I do this? When I first began, I was a spoiled, rotten brat. I had everything I wanted to. I had everything I wanted to up until 2018, 2017, when my husband was let go from his job. So just to say that when you look at it, you'd be like, wow, Eva, you had a lot of stamps back then there. Yeah, that's not even half of it. That was like in the first year that I was doing stamping. You can see how old it is because it actually has the thick Stampin' Up stamp, the stamp containers, because it's really big and it held the wooden ones. Why does my husband gotta be doing this right now? Okay, well, he's just messaged me. I'm on my way to go get the groceries. I'll be back. Don't let the dogs out. Anyway, but back then I had a much larger budget than I do now, and I think that's a lot of people's issue with budgeting and everything else. Our budgets are a little bit smaller because, you know, inflation does not help anything. So I think my goal is to really use the stamps that I'm going to purchase. And I'm not purchasing them all at once. I want to let you guys know this. I may be probably purchasing like 3, maybe 4 pieces in a month, and then keep going that route. Because trying to buy 16 or 17 stamp sets all in one with dies and paper and everything else is just not reasonable for a small budget. Again, I have a hobbyist budget with a millionaire's brain. There we go. Just, you know, I want everything. I want it now. I want it yesterday. Everything else, you know, yada blah blah, as they say. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I want to thank you so much for coming and checking out my cards. Don't forget to like and share this after the live. If you liked it, please leave a comment. And yeah, it's going to be one of those things where it's like, what do I want first? But the nice thing about it is an annual catalog. So if something goes out at that point, I can always get it later, you know. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. So I can always get it later. That's the big deal. Don't freak out if something you want isn't available right away because it sells out before you get your check or before you have the available funds. Okay. I'm going to say the other part that nobody wants to hear. Do not use your credit card when making purchases. It's just adding to your debt and your inability to buy crafty goodness when you want it. There you go. I said it. I'm talking to myself too. Do not use your credit card, Eva. I told Bill, I says, I'm just going to pay this down and then I'm going to close the other one. And then I'm just going to use this one for, you know, like crafty goodness when I want it. And he goes, all right, well, what happens when you run it up and you want to use money? So, ooh, good point. Good point. Now I'll just keep that one where it's at, you know, kind of idea. Be fiscally responsible in this new catalog. I know everybody can go crazy. Just keep your mind, your wits, and your wallet all in good shape. I will catch you guys Thursday. I have no idea what I'm going to do. No idea. I'm pretty crafted out as far as these guys go. Although I might pull something from my retired bin. Yes, I have stuff from years and years ago that I've bought from friends or been gifted and stuff like that. Some other stuff I had, I don't know if I put it in the donate bin or what before, but it's gone. Anyway, I will see you guys Thursday for what? I do not know. Hopefully my order will be in by then. I didn't order anything new. I just got paper and dimensionals. So anyway, you guys take it easy. I'll see you Thursday. Until then, take it easy. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate it. Awkward boop.